Welcome to a place where spirituality and logics combine through organized vibrations. Experience the freedom of voice, individuality, and the correlation of purpose.
When we say the fake hip hop shit, we talking about the government.
If we don't do something as a culture, hip hop is not gonna be ours anymore.
They keep playing that same song.
If you're going to talk about a revolutionary situation, you have to have people who are physically able to wage revolution.
Without further ado, open your minds to Organized Vibes. Your host.
Welcome to another episode of OV, y'all. This is Lido.
Hey fam, and this is Boobs.
And this is Organized Vibes, where knowledge, facts, and beliefs are tested no matter the tone. We don't here to make you think, question while embracing the facts in your senses. We move and operate off facts itself and the proper research. The information comes from valid sources which can be provided. As a family and movement, we shy away from providing any personal opinion.
Yes, welcome back from another week, fam.
We're cooking.
Yes, week after week. I'm loving this. I'm loving this.
Consistency,
Today,
baby.
That's right. That's right. That's the only way to do it, honestly. Today we have two interesting topics that's going to hit closer to home than you think. So please, not only take the information from today, but please begin to do your own research about it.
Oh, definitely.
Because it's going to affect you. So our first topic is going to be martial law. And the second topic is FEMA camps, which honestly are really intertwined and correlated. Yeah. So we're going to break each of them down, and then you'll get a sense of how one impacts the other.
Definitely.
So let's just jump right into it because we have a lot of information. We have some clips today, plus our music segment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, talking about the music segment. All right, we got something different today. You know, I usually like playing like songs, but we have a freestyle.
Oh, get out.
Yeah. This boy, he's dropping balls. You know, so we'll definitely talk about that. You know, and he's coming from Orange County, New York.
Okay.
You know, he goes by Kid Wavie, aka Nick Jagger.
All
you know
right.
what I'm saying? He has a freestyle called "Thought It Was Over."
And what about the other artists? Who else we got?
We got the General.
Okay.
Nobi from Gritty Life Music. You know, he has a song that I really like from his album.
Okay.
You know, and it's called "Believe." You know, so we're going to touch in with that. You know, you can find it on his new album, Integritty 4, which is out right now on his website, www.integrittyfiles.com. So we'll drop you, you know what I'm saying, the knowledge about that later on.
Absolutely.
Let's hop right into the first segment, though. Let's talk about the what was it?
Martial laws. Yeah, so you guys can just, of course, Google. But according to Webster's dictionary, martial law, plainly stated, is the law administered by military forces that is invoked by a government in an emergency when the civilian law enforcement agencies, aka just your regular cops, are unable to maintain public order and safety. So breaking it down just a little bit in layman's terms, when the cops are unable, according to them, to really sustain safety in the streets of the public.
Like mass chaos.
Yes.
You know.
When they say, all these levels of violence, all this stuff like that, then they call in the military forces. I think a great example of that is the United Nations.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, which is on our soil.
Yes.
Illegally.
Right
well,
now.
Not illegally, but we'll touch
not anymore. Yeah, we're going to get to that.
Yeah,
we're going to get to that. Just think, you know, when we're talking about all this, I think people just automatically kind of go into, well, we have rights. We have all these things that you're going to hear today.
And a lot of people want to talk about that, but they also want to talk about the simple fact that martial law can never happen. It's one of those things that
exactly, like it's
unreal. Inevitable.
Yeah, it's surreal, but it's been declared already in at least one state in the United States that we're going to talk about later. So what makes you think that it can't happen where you're living and in your state?
Yep.
And this is why we're really just bringing awareness, because a lot of the times you know, we don't take things as seriously or pay as much attention if it doesn't hit home, okay? So when we're talking about...
What causes martial law?
Martial law, exactly.
Yeah, what causes that?
So going into it, an economic collapse, so a nationwide banking glitch, that could cause it.
The dollar crashing we spoke about in the first episode.
Yes, a cyber attack, so a virus, you know, all these things. So think about that when you're really...
The rigging of the elections, quote unquote, Russia, all that.
Unforeseeable events like an electromagnetic pulse, an EMP attack.
And we spoke about that too.
Yes.
You know,
Yep.
how to properly prepare. Sort of. We didn't really get into it, but we can definitely have a future episode
That's a
about
perfect
preparation.
topic. Yes.
You know, bug out bags and stuff like that. But you know, when you can't use your credit card, debit card, you know.
Think about it. How many of us are even prepared with cash? How many of us are prepared with when cash is still valid, right? How many of us are prepared with it in our home?
Which will cause mass chaos.
Yes.
Hence martial law.
Exactly. Another example could be a viral or bacterial pandemic.
Ebola. yeah, you know.
Yeah,
just,
absolutely.
Throwing out there.
Absolutely. Another example, natural disaster. Think of these hurricanes that are happening, that
Katrina,
have been happening.
Irma.
At such
Harvey.
an increasing rate, too, right? That should be a little questionable.
And I never knew hurricane had a season, but okay. Let's
yeah,
talk
perfect.
about that. It's okay.
Listen,
we
you
can talk
dropping
about weather.
gems, okay?
We could talk about that whole weather stuff, you know.
Yes.
I don't want to get into that. I ain't going to mention
that'll be
it.
another topic, too. But you dropping
We can talk
gems
about that.
early. You dropping gems early.
All that knowledge is power.
That's right. Now, now we think, okay, martial law, who can do this?
Yeah, break it down.
Okay, so your president. Think of your president. Your president has the power. Whoever is president at that time.
Was there an executive order that was signed?
Yeah.
And who was it by?
Yes. So President Obama in July 2016. I know you said let's leave him into. I know.
I'm trying,
but the things that he has done still impacts us, and that's why it's important that we still have to bring it up. Because did y'all know that he signed an executive order that allows for the U.S. military to use force against American citizens for the first time in history? Okay, the executive order is entitled, literally, Executive Order, United States Policy on Pre- and Post-Strike Measures to Address Civilian Casualties in U.S. Operations Involving the Use of Force. Okay? So the order appears, honestly, to have changed the rule of engagement, really, between the military and just ordinary citizens. And what does that mean for the Constitution? So prior to these things being, Obama signing these things as an executive order into law, people or military and personnel, so to speak, like the United Nations was unable was unable to really come into U.S. territory. But now, due to Obama signing these executive orders, they're now able to, and that's how we see them on the Chicago streets now. You know, so when this happens, what does this look like? You then have curfews.
Yeah.
So you got to be in by a certain time. So let's just say, you know, in the middle of the night, you know, you need to run to a 24-hour something. That is not going to be able to happen.
You're not going to be allowed. Now, a lot of people want to talk about, hey, you know, we have rights and what happens to the Constitution now.
Exactly. So those are all suspended.
It overrides it. Yeah.
Suspended.
It gets butchered. It overrides it. It's over. You know.
Yes.
You cannot bear arms. You know, for all our doom preppers. Y'all know because y'all did the proper research. So y'all already know when martial law kicks in and they start going door to door, you know you are very armed because your
prepared.
stuff will be taken if they infiltrate.
Yes.
Whether it's the marauders or it's the UN and military forces.
Exactly. So your Constitution and the Bill of Rights, that's suspended, people. Suspended. They're seizing also access and control of all communication media. So you think you can go online, you think you can, that's not going to be able to happen.
It's just like when the government shuts down and you want to go get your gun license. You can't get it.
Yes.
So I'm just as an example throwing it out there.
Exactly. They'll take over all food resources and farms.
Highways.
Transportation and highways, all electrical power, gas, petroleum fuel, minerals, all health, education, welfare. So you think you're just going to be able to go, get up, go to work every day and do your regular thing and live your regular life and then go out and no, that's not going to be able to happen. All, again, food resources, all airports, aircrafts. So you're not going to be able to take vacations
in general, everything is shut down. So
Yeah.
let's talk about websites like change.org.
All right, what are they talking about?
That has a petition in Chicago that they're trying to declare martial law in Chicago. So they have a petition.
Yeah.
All right? Now, the petition is basically supported by the Chicago mayor, military, Department of Homeland Security, Illinois State Senate, Donald Trump, obviously, Mike Pence. These are the decision makers. These are the people that is supported by that can pull that trigger when it's time to be made.
Yes.
And have these troops walk up and down these streets.
And just as a quick interlude to that, the reason why they enacted martial law in Chicago is just because of supposedly the skyrocketing number of just violence, particularly by firearms. So that's, again, to kind of combat that, they enacted martial law. The United Nations are coming in as quote-unquote peacekeepers. So UN peacekeepers.
A lot of people don't want to take into account, and which you spoke about it with the topic about gun control. Who's bringing in these guns?
Yes.
Okay, these are militarized guns. So when you talk about the crime in Chicago, who are bringing in these guns in Chicago?
And it's been years. There's even go on Forbes.com from 2013. There's a article entitled 1.6 billion rounds of ammo for Homeland Security. They've been purchasing all of these rounds. Now, just to give you a realistic visual or just a verbal thing, 1.6 billion rounds are enough for a 20-plus year war.
What type of war are they preparing for? I mean, I already know we're at war with Iraq and Afghanistan for opium and all that jazz oil and
but
all
you
that.
Need that much?
But what do you need? But I mean, that's not even for our military.
Exactly.
Let's divide the two. You know what I'm saying? Let's you know what I mean? Cancel the two. You know what I'm saying? Carry the one and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Because we're not talking about the military. We're talking about these other organizations, these federations that run around.
So they spent, other non-military agencies spent $158 million in an article, again, on Forbes, 2017. All right? It's entitled, Why Are Federal Bureaucrats Buying Guns and Ammo? So they spent $158 million, and these are just not on regular, so we may think regular bullets too. Please keep in mind that they purchased $426,000 on hollow point bullets. Now, if we know, not only expensive, but the more dangerous thing is that if we didn't know, that's actually outlawed by the Geneva Convention. So technically, they're not able. By the Geneva Convention, they weren't even able to purchase, shouldn't have been able to purchase the hollow point bullets, especially for this, even war, international. Those are not permissible, but yet they were able to get them. So again, we got to think about too, when the president enacts martial law, whoever that may be, and this may be a little scary to some,
that's in power at that time.
They stay in power.
If it's towards the end of his term.
Yeah.
And, we have the, votings and the election, all that crazy stuff. If he declares martial law around that time, he stays in office. No matter whoever the citizens or the power that be decide who wins. We all know that, they're chosen. You know what I'm saying? This is a fact.
Yeah.
So once he declares martial law, he stays in office.
Yep.
He has power over all the resources, the military, everything. Yep. Everything is at his fingertips.
And that's a scary thing, because if we're looking at who's in office now, and let's just say that happens now, the person who's in office now will remain in office and have access to everything.
He lifts the martial law.
Yeah.
That's the only way. I mean, at that point, if you're in control and in power of a nation, I mean, at that point, it's just all about when you feel tired and you want to give it up. You could probably, if anything, die with it. What happens?
Exactly.
It's just crazy. There's no time limit.
It's no time limit. It's fully controlled by them, and then it's even scary, honestly, because if even being talked about it is we don't see this really on the mainstream media, do we? Well, we don't see this really being talked about, and then when radio shows have spoken about it before, they literally were taken off air. Well, and that's only reporting. They just started reporting, okay, they've seen 50 heavily armed vehicles with UN labels. So they're saying UN troops were beginning to say UN troops were being seen on the ground, and the radio show was cut off. So what does that tell you? Why don't they want it to be widely known? That this is happening. So leading into it, of course, one of the examples that we gave you before is things that could lead to martial law is a natural disaster. So we can think of Hurricane Harvey, Hurricane Katrina.
Which is under martial law in certain areas.
Yes.
Curfews and stuff like that. What people don't understand, curfews are a form of martial law.
And I know that has actually been said, and that's on mainstream media more, so they say it for your protection, right? They do it for your protection during this time. Exactly. So when we think of natural disasters and hurricanes, what happens then? We all can answer that question. So FEMA comes in.
Yeah.
right? FEMA
that's
comes
the subway
in.
going into FEMA. How we were telling you before, it's intertwined. So
exactly. So the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, initially enacted, of course, in the 70s, and they've really just been known to provide disaster relief. But by shelter, food, things of that nature. So there's about 800 of them already. FEMA concentration camps is what it's being called, and we think of concentration camps with other things, but it's really readily available in the U.S. There's 800
all across the nation,
already ready, fully operational, peeps, meaning
and ready to receive prisoners.
They're empty.
Now you can find this information on LinkedIn.com.
Yeah, that's a great resource.
Yeah, man, you can find it on all around. Just type in FEMA concentration camps, locations, and executive orders.
Another one, educateyourself.org. They're talking about FEMA camps as well.
Absolutely.
So this is a thing that is readily available. Should martial law need to be implemented, FEMA is already ready to step in and quote unquote help. And it's being the sad part is that the way, of course, that it's being advertised is that it's welcoming. Obviously, people don't really.
Now let's get in depth with martial law real quick, just so people can really understand with these FEMA camps of executive orders and what's going on.
Yeah,
right?
Let's do it.
The executive order is associated with FEMA. That would suspend the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. These executive orders have been on record for nearly 30 years.
Yes.
And could be enacted by the stroke of a presidential pen.
Yep.
So this is all facts. These orders, it has been on record maybe even longer than I've been alive, or maybe around the same time.
Yep. Ready to go.
And let's talk about a couple of them. Executive Order 10990.
Okay.
Allows the government to take over all modes of transportation and control of highways and seaports.
Yep.
We just talked about it. We're giving you the facts now.
Yep.
Another one, Executive Order 10995, allows the government to seize and control the communication media.
Exactly.
Come on, you want another one? Executive Order 10999 allows the government to take over all food resources and farms. You want another one?
Yeah.
You want another one? All right. Executive Order 11000 allows the government to mobilize civilians into work brigades under government supervision.
These are already set in stone, people.
And this is dealing with the FEMA. This is dealing with FEMA.
How
are you giving them more power than almost the U.S. government? Basically, the U.S. government. You gave them more power.
So just to give y'all some examples too of how it is gonna hit home, closer to home than you think. There are already 800 set up across literally the United States. So let's take for example Georgia. Georgia has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of them already ready. Let's take for example Illinois. Illinois looks like it has.
Now where can you find this at?
Yeah, this is on again educate-yourself.org. Educateyourself.org. It's entitled FEMA Concentration Camps, Locations, and Martial Law Executive Orders. So these are already ready to go. Okay, and the scariest part of it all is that you think that you have rights. You think, oh, they can't just arrest me without me, having a trial going in front of a judge. All of those things are no longer your right. They're going to detain you if you do not agree to whatever it is they have already implemented. So if you don't fit in that system, then
adios.
Yeah.
Adios.
Yeah.
So, we can talk about all these executive orders, and you guys gonna be like, when it comes, I'll deal with it. When we cross that bridge. But that's when it's gonna be too late. So now, I want to take a quick break. Because we have a couple clips. We have 2 clips that I want to play to you guys. That's basically alluding that Walmart may be one of the concentration camps disguised. So we're going to get into that, and we're going to get back into more solid information because I don't want to drain you with too much at one time.
Yeah.
But stay tuned. Stay tuned. So let's go back to this music segment that I want to talk about. Right?
Yeah, I'm excited for that, especially the freestyle.
Oh yeah, that freestyle is gonna be
spinning it up a little bit. Spinning it up a little bit.
So like I said, the first joint is gonna be by Nobi from Gritty Life.
Okay.
It's titled Believe, and the second joint will be by Nick Jagger, aka Kid Wavie. So and that's Thought It Was Over freestyle. So let's get into it, and we'll come back and talk about more martial law and FEMA camps.
Enjoy.
One thing about faith and hope is it wraps a blanket of comfort around you. Believe, my people. I love rainy days, I swear, cause I can stand in the rain and drain my tears. And the thunder so loud, they ain't gon' hear it. All the hurt, sorrow, and pain that drains my spirit. Can't lie, relapse, and I drank one beer. Now I'm opening my 8th one and I can't see clear. And I could barely stand without a hand, I swear. I just need to sit for a minute, but where's my chair? And they wonder why I'm holding a grudge. I seen my uncle sell my Christmas toys for drugs. Whoa. And they say cause I'm older, I should be over it. I found peace on the day I decided I would let go of it. Most of it's bottled up in the back of my mind, inside of a closet, and now I'm going there. To my skeleton bones in there. I'm a believer in the power of forgiveness, and I testify to his strength as God is my only witness. What up?
I'm a believer. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. Believe in love. Believe in yourself. Believe in God. I believe in you.
To be honest with you, sometimes I feel like I'm the only straight man. They don't care about fake tits and fake ass. I'm on to your natural breast size, and I ain't throwing shade at those with plastic that dies. I live and let live. As long as you happy with it, then you decrease the value in somebody else's opinion. I never like mirrors, would hate to see myself in it. I would avoid my own reflection every chance I get. I had to learn to accept me and to love myself unconditionally. Back in the days it was hard to accept it, but nowadays I embrace the flaws I was blessed with. And I say blessed cause imperfection is a privilege sent to us from the universal spirit. It's your body, you can do what you feel. I just would hate to see you ruin yourself, cause I believe in you.
I'm a believer. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. Believe in love. Believe in yourself. Believe in God. I believe in you.
Look, you see them niggas over there with their foot on the corner? They stuck in the past, that's why we keep pushing it forward. The boys in blue is flashing lights and they pulling us over. In the land of snakes, you either a guard or a cobra. If this nigga trip, I flip and kill him and his partner. My body is switching, I'm glitching and channeling Garner. And them other guys with colorful last names, Mike Brown, Freddie Gray, forever rest in peace. The truth is, this rap game sucked the life out of me. And the fact is, it's not for the weak. If you can't play the game, sustain and maintain while in it, and draw up an audience without the games or gimmicks, then I'd advise you to lead a rapper life alone, cause there's too many things that you gon' have to sacrifice.
I'm a believer. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. Believe in love. Believe in yourself. Believe in God. I believe in you. Believe in God. Believe in love. God is love. I believe in you.
Younger nigga, not from the hood estates. I'm from a place upstate in second grade, getting bullied cause I'm a darker race. But that don't mean that I'm soft cushion, no pillow pushing. Let me see you do say on the rocks even gushing. But I don't pull triggers, I know some people. Big body stunting through the lanes, I'm Wavie Knievel. Call a pastor through the line, I know that you're evil. Fuck your mind, I'm all up in your body like a booster Evo. Out here dodging tickets, yeah, the cops is bitching. Out here dodging debt, the college is bitching. My ribs touching, I'm hungry for chicken. Sour got me greedy, side of pork race with the water chillin'. Speaking of water, rather cop it by the O. Ain't no Rellos or the Dutchies, only woods when we roll. If you feelin' how I'm feelin', get your lighters, then let's smoke. Only open up the passenger if she ready to go. Bust down, wrist on Hurricane Katrina. Wasn't icy enough though before I went got that new freezer. Treat my Hondas like a Hot Wheels. Bend the corner, tire spin, sneeze on you. Run it till I blow the motor. Been watching them, they waiting for me to croak like a vulture. I wanna be on the poster with options to have a chauffeur. I'd rather have my homie whip the wheel if I pop the seal. It's a PJB thing, only real drivers with skill. No disrespect to you new niggas, swear to God that you rookies. I'm a cheap nigga, still hit the gas station for milk and cookies. Bragging that you a lick, having to take your money like bookies. Behind the wheel, since you little chickies was praising Snooki. I'm over average, phenomenal shit. Southpaw status, you in the stratus. My upcore flies smooth like Aladdin. I'm fighting climbing to the money like a match with a ladder. Young rock star shit, trying to be the new age McJagger. Shit, it's been a minute since I spit this composition. Hitting lyrics, Hiroshima, Pearl Harbor, the flying mission. My sight is set on the target like hits on the television. Like I'm about to snipe the president, nigga, I'm in position. MK lover, not Mortal Kombat, but I finish him. A ray bomber, the Tim's bloody like indecision. I'm scratching my beard, waiting on your decision. I'll let you pick the road, baby girl, if I'm those who start the hitting. For real. Y'all thought the boss was over? Nah. It's PJB, man. Jack.
Welcome back, OV fam. That first joint by the General from Gritty
Nobi,
Life.
Man, Gritty Life, man. That's.
I have to say, you know, that was just a change in the pace, which I liked. I liked the fact that he kept it really 100.
Man, he kept it straight New York.
That's what, and
right.
of course, we had to bring ourselves back
Queens.
home for a second. But
man,
you know, some of the
flashback,
things that he was really saying was really factual, especially for women. You know what I'm saying?
He broke it down.
And I really like that. I really like that because it's contrary to what we normally hear and see and what's promoted in music, TV, and everything. So props to you. Props to you.
Yeah, great, man. That dude, he opened a lot of people's eyes with that one, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, if you really listen, man, he's really attacking the false reality.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and he's basically asking you, who do you believe?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, man, I enjoyed that. That's one of my favorite joints, man. I heard that the first time I heard it, I was like, whoo.
Exactly.
I heard the whole album. The whole album is fire. So if you really want, if you really like that song, and you're looking for that New York, that grit.
Yeah. Where can they check them out at?
Oh man, you can find it out on www.integrittyfiles.com.
Okay.
Integritty, INTEGRITYFILES.com.
Nice.
Integritty.com.
Yeah.
And it's off his latest album. It's out right now. It's fresh.
Okay.
Integritty 4. And you can follow him on IG.
Okay. Where can they find him
at Nobi, NOBI _GL. So
Nice.
once again, at Nobi _GL.
Yeah, keep them coming, man. Keep them
man,
coming,
yo.
just like that, for real.
I think he
For
came out of
real.
retirement too, so
Nice.
thank God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we need
We're
that.
dying
We
out
need
here, you know
that.
what I'm saying? Shit, but
And
but,
the second joint, let's move on to the second joint, which was the Freestyle.
thought it was over. I thought it was over.
Which is a different
Oh,
spin,
man.
I have to say. And y'all probably even noticed from my reaction when you first introduced the music segment of the day.
Kid
but I
Wavie,
like
AKA
it. I
Nick
like
Jagger, man.
different spin on it. Smooth. First of all, smooth.
Representing Orange County.
Yeah.
Representing
Yeah,
Orange
bringing it
County.
back to New York again.
Yeah.
So that one was very smooth. I really liked that one.
Oh
I really
man,
liked that
listen,
one.
man. His wordplay is phenomenal.
His flow, yes. Yes.
I like the way he was making those words flip. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I make music. I love this. This is what I love. And he gave off that new. You know what I'm saying? I don't like using the word swag, but that new style, the evolution.
Exactly,
You know what I'm saying?
and it was pretty unique to his own thing. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like you could tell it was his own flow,
he didn't sound
everything.
like anybody.
Yeah. So where can we find him now?
Oh, you can find him at on IG once again.
Okay.
at underscore Wavie underscore. So we want to spell that out for you real quick. At underscore WAVIE underscore.
Okay.
So once again, at underscore Wavie underscore. And you can find that song. That freestyle. I'm sorry, freestyle. I'm so used to playing songs.
I know. It's a different spin.
But he brought something out today, so I might just I might dig into the crates and stuff with more people. But you can find that freestyle on SoundCloud. Just type in Kid Wavie on SoundCloud or you know what I'm saying? What was it? PJB Wavie. And it'll pop up. His name will pop up and stuff like that. So
yeah, and please keep in mind, OV fam, if you ever have a song that you would like to send us or a freestyle, send it to us at organizedvibes@yahoo.com. Yeah. Again, organizedvibes@yahoo.com.
And coming soon, we're going to have organizedvibes.com.
Dun, dun, dun. Yes,
so you'll be able
exciting.
to, bring everything and view everything that we do. At one hub. So
listen, we moving, we growing. This feels great. This feels great. It's exciting, and we're here for you, fam. So
absolutely. Absolutely, we're here.
Keep it coming.
We're here, but we're gonna go back into the music segment.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was so caught up with that.
You still on the? It's okay.
I still want to talk about it.
I know. We may play that after the show again.
Song, man. Yeah. But let's go back into the segment of talking about martial law and FEMA camps.
Absolutely.
Because we have two clips that we need to play.
Yes. So, going right into it, of course, is an extension, but I want you to keep in mind of these clips that we're about to play, because these may be things that you heard of or you hear, just on the news, or you see, and it's just in passing, like they do it so casually that you don't know what they're talking about.
And like I briefly spoke about Walmart.
Yes.
And, all right, so this part, we're just going to basically just try to open your eyes a little bit, because it does seem like a coincidence that a lot of stores that Walmart owns, like, across the country, you know what I'm saying, Express, Walmart,
Kroger's.
your neighborhood. Yeah, Kroger's, Sam's Club, all these, all these places that they have and they own, they're making money because they already killed off the competition as far as the mom and pop stores. So they have all this money, and all across the country they're saying that they're trying to save money, all this, that, the third, and all that jazz. So we're going to bring you up list of store closings and how many stores that closed over the last couple years.
Yeah, these numbers are just outrageous. Really outrageous.
Well, we're not going to really go in all of them.
Yeah, of course.
It's an hour show.
Yep.
But we're going to give you a little something as far as this clip right here. Well, let me see. This is 2018. I want to give you something from 2016. Now, we're on ustoday.com, and the title reads, List of the 154 U.S. stores Walmart is closing.
Yeah.
Okay? So, you want to look at all the rundowns. They have stuff in, Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Kansas, L.A.
So this is just not to one or two states. They're closing
all
nationwide.
Across the nation. North Carolina, Oklahoma, Tennessee. But what's more alarming to me was the amount that was closing in Texas.
Okay.
All right. Right on this one list, and this is the amount of Walmart Express. Like I said, there's Walmart Express, your neighborhood Walmart,
Super Walmart,
Center Walmart, regular Walmart. So they have so much, different ones. So you're like, all right, whatever. But alarming rate as far as Express Walmarts, there's at least 19 on this list that I see that's closing down in Texas.
That's just in Texas.
Now,
wow.
that was just on January 28th, 2016. So that's roughly about a year ago today.
Yeah.
2 years ago, matter of
ago,
fact.
yeah.
2 years ago, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then you roll down to Super Center Walmarts, and 2, 4, 5. That's 5 right there. That's closing in Texas. Another one, North Carolina, Alabama, Arkansas. You keep scrolling, you see another one, your neighborhood Walmart. 2, 4, 5 right there. Yeah. So we just moved up and almost close to like 20, 25 or something like that.
And it's crazy because I know when they first kind of started coming out with Walmart closing and stuff, again, I remember, them saying, oh, it was attributing to plumbing issues, right?
So
they were just, and it's like, how many of those stores have these plumbing issues, quote unquote? If you even do I hope you guys do further research, you'll see that these Walmart stores that are closed, it's not, if they quote unquote have plumbing issues, why is the store empty? Complete, and of everything with no intent till date, these stores have not been filled. So how long, if any plumbers are those, how long would it take for that renovation to really come through? You see what I'm saying?
And
it's been years now.
A lot of people really have to, like you said, research it, because there's a lot of visuals online. Like, I like using YouTube as a educational source, because it gives you visuals. A lot of people are like, oh, YouTube is not a valid source, blah, blah, blah. All right, let me ask you a question. I like using the word stupid because it describes a lot of people, right?
Lack of common sense.
Yeah, lack of common sense. All right. Can you learn something off YouTube? Like, can you learn how to tie a tie on YouTube?
Good point.
Do you know how to tie your shoes on YouTube? Matter of fact, let me get more complex, because a lot of people are like, oh, that tie is easy. Do you know how to change an alternator by watching a YouTube video?
Great point.
An alternator, that's in a car, okay?
Yeah.
Under the hood.
Yeah.
For those that's not, like, handy with your hands. There's a lot of like, fake men out here that's running around. So for those that don't know what the hell an alternator is, you know what I'm saying? Can you learn how to change one by watching a YouTube video? If the answer is yes, that means it's very educational.
Can you learn how to, cook or have a certain recipe based on going on YouTube?
Yeah.
Think about how many times you've actually researched and gone on YouTube to learn about something that you didn't yet know before researching. And you purposely went there to find out what it's about.
To get a visual, because a lot of people want to see. They don't want to hear it or what.
Exactly.
So I use YouTube as just a visual. Okay. So you can go on YouTube and look. There's regular citizens like you and I that are running around looking at Walmart, taking videos of inside, seeing that they're dumping food that hasn't even been expired, and they're just dumping it. They could have just gave it to donate to a charity or something, right?
We just spoke about homelessness.
Exactly.
Why aren't you giving it to the homeless?
No, you're just throwing it away. A civilian walked by and was just like, "Hey, I can grab this ham. This ham is not expired. Can I grab it?" Oh no, we can't allow that. So why are you just gonna throw it away for?
Yeah, good point.
It's red flags. You're just automatically shutting down. And if you look at, like I said, just look at these videos and they'll break it down. These Walmarts look like prison camps.
And an important thing to take into consideration is how many of these closed Walmart stores have underground tunnels beneath them.
Oh, underground tunnels. And thank you. I appreciate you saying that.
Yep.
I hope you have some information about that. But I'd like to elaborate on that.
Yeah, you can find this. There's an article on theanalysis.net, and the title is "There's a vast network of underground tunnels beneath the USA, and some of the entrances are under Walmart stores."
From coast to coast. That means from one side
to the other. So the idea, first of all, of just having an underground kind of bunker is not really new, as we already know that they have underground nuclear bunkers, that were constructed in the U.S. and UK during the Cold War.
Come on.
So
I'm happy you said that. Drop those.
So
breastfeed them.
I'm telling you, I gotta. It's nutritional, okay? So the fact that, if you think about it, we already know that exists. So the idea that they may even have an underground facility is really not that hard to grasp.
And Walmart is powerful.
And why Walmart? So again,
there are powerful
correlation, people. That's it. Why would all of these underground tunnels be under this specific closed stores?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable if you do the research and really look into it. And I'm just going back to the numbers as far as store closing, because we were told that the economy is doing great, it's booming, it's on the rise. All right. So now this is off CNBC.
Oh, okay. Major news network.
This is your favorite news network, right? All right. So we're meeting at some type of mutual ground. We're meeting you
where you at.
Okay?
Yeah.
We're meeting at the mutual ground here. So it says, here's a list of where Walmart is closing more than 60 Sam's Club stores. All right. It says right underneath, Walmart abruptly announced plans to close 63 of its Sam Club's location across the country. Now the thing right under it says the wholesale club location closing spans from Alaska to Puerto Rico.
Wow.
Hold on, didn't Puerto Rico got hit with a hurricane?
And they are just now getting some electricity.
Power.
Yeah, exactly. After what, 4 or 5 months?
How many people they said that were missing? That goes with Houston too. I mean, come on. So I'm trying to have a correlation of what is going on with Walmart. Because if you do these researches, you will see. Now, this leads right into the clips that I want to play.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Now, let me look this up real quick because this right here, the first clip is from CNN.
Okay.
And the second clip is from NBC.
Oh, okay. So major news networks again.
Exactly. So this you can literally look this up on YouTube, anywhere, and really find these clips. Yeah. Now, I'm just letting you guys know before we get into it. Now, the second clip shows people getting picked up in the back of like a U-Haul design truck, like one of those, meat trucks type shit. You see what I'm saying? So it shows that. We obviously can't see it because it's audio. Mm-hmm. But he will describe everything. So, I'm not going to keep elaborating on it.
Just take a close listen. That's all. That's all.
Take a listen to this and tell me what you guys think.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Is because some of these people, this is a new normal. They're never going to go back home. So they want to help them as much so that they're never just walking out of here and feeling like they're going back onto the street. They work with them throughout the process here to help them adjust to this new world order that they're going to be living in after this.
Oh, and I imagine there's so many questions, so much concern, and all of those people. It was almost like on cue when you're talking about the army of volunteers. A flock of nuns walked right behind you. I mean.
Went back underneath the bridge and they were loading up with as many people. It's got to be dozens of people in the back of that thing. Gosh. They take them to a nearby Walmart, and then the Walmart is where I guess metro buses or school buses will take them to the shelter. The question is, what shelter are they taking them to? Because I heard Tom say GRB is overcrowded and or not overcrowded, but at the capacity they had planned for. So I think I certainly have that question. I don't know if we've answered it.
But that's what you mean when you say disorganized organization.
There you go.
Now, you talk about some powerful stuff.
So the first clip, that was, from a major news network, like we said, talking about specifically the new
CNN?
World Order.
Yeah.
And
talking about they're not leaving. They said it. They made it clear.
Yep.
They're getting adjusted to that new lifestyle.
Yep. Back to that LinkedIn article that we talked about.
Well, we have to talk about the second clip too now.
Yeah, no, I know. And just to give y'all a quick glimpse of what she means with this new world order, just look up Operation Cable Splice. CABLESPLICE. It's a plan to take over all municipal, county, and state governments and make them into one federal government over all municipalities, and then into a single world government or New World Order.
Bush said that back in the day.
Yep.
And we're talking about, Bush Senior.
Yes.
So look at that art. Look at that.
So this is going back. This is not something that's just brand new. This is been in the works, been prepared already.
So come on, and let's talk about the second clip.
Yeah.
He literally said, rewind this audio when you guys get a chance. He said they were picking them up under a bridge, taking them to a nearby Walmart.
Exactly.
And then school buses should be transferring them to another shelter, which I don't know where.
And where's the follow-up from that? There is no follow-up.
There's none.
There is no follow-up.
This is supposedly one shelter, according to them, was full, and it met its capacity.
Yeah.
According to them.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't full. It wasn't packed. You heard him, change his claims right after. He was like, "Whoa, I'm sorry, no."
Yep.
Come on.
Yep. So all these that are being prepared, you think about martial law, think about the FEMA camps, that are supposed to help us, and then how does that correlate to Walmart? Where are these FEMA camps? They're creating them in these stores, really, that will house malls, stores that have enough capacity to house the amount of people that they're expecting to be under control. I would say that population control.
They had video clips of these. I guess
I guess centers. I don't really know what to call them. I want to say prison camps. You know what I'm saying? But these centers, and it looked dull. They were sleeping on cots.
I was gonna say that's what
they were told when
remember.
to eat.
Yep.
They only had certain portions. They called them by numbers.
And you can't just when you go into these FEMA camps, you can't just, for example, leave. You think you can just like leave and walk out? They, like he said, there's literally strict schedules. They have schedules of when they plan for you to kind of go outside and get some air, so to speak, but you have to come right back in. You know, when you're eating, what you're doing, and again, cots. These could be you and your family. Just think of that.
Yeah,
you have no other resource.
At the end of the day,
else.
At the end of the day, you have to prepare and know exactly. Again, you heard the clip. What these organizations is all about. It's like organized chaos.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? These come on, man. You know what I mean? So those are the two clips. You know, I hope that proves what we're saying is it holds more weight than you're allowing it to.
Or at least if it sparks something in you that's saying, I want to know a little bit more about this. Like, what are they talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Start doing your own research. You can go to these websites that we've provided. You can just start Googling some of these terms that we're speaking of.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's happening. It's already began to happen, and it's going to continue to happen.
And a lot of people want to say it's a conspiracy theory. All right, because you can look at Wikipedia.
Yeah.
And a lot of people want to say Wikipedia is not a valid source either.
Mm-hmm.
You can edit it, blah, blah, blah. Well, our textbooks are getting edited. The Bible's getting edited.
What's in its natural form anymore? Nothing.
You look up the Mandela effect.
Yes.
They're changing Chick-fil-A. They're adding a K to it. They changed Looney Tunes to Looney, Tunes, opposed to Too. NES,
yeah.
So come
on.
So they're rewriting everything. So it really doesn't. What's really
what's
valid
source, to you,
right?
Yeah.
So we just gotta look at consistencies of how everything is connected.
Yeah.
So and plus I've been doing this for years. I can see when they've been changed, when things have been changed and altered, and we can look up Wikipedia now. Go back to Wikipedia. It says FEMA camps conspiracy theory. All right. It holds that the U.S. Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, is planning to imprison U.S. citizens in concentration camps. This is typically described as following the imposition of martial law in the United States after a major crisis or disaster.
What we say, hurricanes, things of that nature.
Exactly. Come on.
Exactly.
And it says in the executive orders, it says all this. These are facts.
And these are already written. So this is nothing that they're thinking about.
It's not a conspiracy theory.
All these executive orders exist. And it's actually, if you just look these things up, it's readily available. So it's not, and that's the key thing, is that the more that, you begin to listen to these episodes and shows, just think, because it's being exposed to you, and you can get the access to this information. We just played a clip that's from a news channel, so a regular TV. So they're saying it to you to get you used to it, but you have to know what they mean, what they're talking about.
Come on, now listen to this now, right? Under the same theory, it says only suspected dissidents will be imprisoned. In more extreme versions, a large number of U.S. citizens will be imprisoned for the purpose of extermination as a new world order is established. The conspiracy theory has existed since the late 70s, but it has been picked up greatly in popularity since the late 90s. So, I'm a conspiracy theorist, and it's been out there since the 70s. You're tripping.
Yeah.
You're tripping.
Yeah. So
FEMA
what makes it a conspiracy?
FEMA was established in 1979 under executive order by President Jimmy Carter.
Yep.
I'm hitting him with facts, baby.
Yep.
Yo, line them up. I'm hitting them down.
Yep. Now you got them. Seriously.
Come on.
I mean, how long can something be a conspiracy? First of all, how can it be a conspiracy if these are actual executive orders? It's not like, this is something that's being made up. These are things that are already set in place in the event of quote-unquote natural disasters, possible EMP attacks, crises, economic collapses. I'm sure you guys are hearing or seeing things online or social media or your TV that's alluding to these things, but you have to know what they mean and what they're going to mean to you.
What are what organizations really supports you.
Yeah,
and
and
we've been
yes.
Since this show started, since episode 1, we've been saying that these
Research.
organizations look at the background. Are they really for you?
Look at the foundation. Where did they come from? You know, and the money, and it's sad because I know a lot of people do donate, you know, and they're donating to the Red Cross. They, you know, their hearts are broken when they see all these things on TV from the natural disasters and things of that nature. But, you know, where is your money really going? You know, I guess that's even evident in Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all of these things are the electricity, the power, you know, the food, everything. You know, they weren't even permitting nurses, doctors, people from even reliefs to come in. Why? That's what they're prepared to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
but yet they're worried about their resources.
Yeah.
What was your resources used for? It was just used to, you know.
Or what are you saving your resources for?
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. What are you saving it for?
Yep.
Because all this money that you're claiming that you need, where is it going at the end of the day if it's not being used? Are you giving it back to the citizens of the United States? Yeah. Is it going back in our pockets because obviously it's not being used? Or are you going to use it for more guillotines?
And shackles.
Come on. More
and
bullets.
Shackles.
You know.
Who are they preparing these things for?
Exactly.
All of these millions, billions. There's millions and billions of ammo and ammunition. Yes, come on.
Like we made sure this was going to be a 60-minute show about this because it intertwines. We said that, and we're not saying the same things over and over again.
Exactly. One thing is going to lead to the other, which is going to impact you, all of us. It's going to impact all of us. You know, and so I'm glad, Lita, that you gave the directory for the petitioning. That's a great way to start. You know, but the powers that are set in place, these things are already set up to happen.
It is. It's as we said before, it's some of these orders, executive orders, has been made for 30 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you're thinking that we're reaching or it's a conspiracy theory, another one has been debunked. It's not a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
It's not. It's facts. It's truth. So if you feel once again that, you know, it's not going on, it's not happening, really look around. The economy is supposedly doing better, but you have hundreds and hundreds of stores shutting down, closing down.
Stores. We talked about homes, right? With the homeless population, the homes are being foreclosed. Yeah. So what is really great about it? We're on the rise. We're doing well.
Crashing.
Come on, man.
You know.
And how are we as citizens benefiting from any of these things that are happening and leading into? We're not, and we don't. And more importantly, we don't even have a say.
But you know, we in a future episode we will just at least get your mind on preparing.
Absolutely.
On figuring out what can you do to counter. Because technically, you really can't prevent this.
Yeah.
I mean, the time of preventing it has passed. It's been gone for quite some time. So you can't prevent it now. The only thing you can do is prepare. Get yourself a bug-out bag. Arm yourself with ammunition, guns. Learn how to hunt. Learn how to do these things because if they have control of your food supply and your water supply, and we just literally broke it down to you that they have full, they'll take that away, strip you.
You think you can go to the supermarket go and buy food like you are? So how many of you have just fresh food in your house right now? How many of you are prepared?
How many of you know how to plant a seed, water it,
or have accessibility to do that, especially those living in city areas?
Who knows how to clean meat?
Yeah.
How to slaughter an animal? What, all these things that everybody's like, ew, nasty. Oh my gosh, I don't think I need. All right, we're going back. Everything recycled. So we're going back to that era and stage of a severe recession. You know, caveman days of just hunting.
Resources are not going to be as readily available, and we become so used to it as a society that it's almost scary. You know, it's scary to think, what would you do? How prepared are you? You know, just ask yourself these questions, and we hope, of course, that it motivates you to act on something, and that could mean doing further research. That could mean actually taking action.
But a lot of people will say now, you know, what does it matter? What if I am one of those people that their home has been washed away and I have nothing, and my only option is a FEMA camp? What do I do then? The only thing you can, it's a very tough decision. I would never tell anybody in the state of survival what to do. because your instincts will kick in automatically.
Yes.
So I would never tell you or give you a direct answer of what to do, how to do it, whatever. Because if you gotta handle something, it will be handled. You know,
remember,
fear will disappear.
Exactly. In that moment of time, right? You said an important thing about instincts, and I think as a society too, it's sad, but we've almost been not kind of promoted to rely on our instincts, you know? And so, you know, how do we retune into our basic instincts, our senses? Because we've been provided with everything we need.
Everything has been,
you know what I'm saying? Exactly.
And fed to us
with just our life.
But that's how you get people off the pedestal. You know, you enable them and you baby them.
Yeah.
You know, you take away their survival skills. You take away what makes them human. You know, this is all makes us human. This hunting makes us human. You know, all of this, man. Fighting, you know, we're not supposed to be yes men, you know, and we've given all our rights, our human rights, to the point that we don't have anything.
Yeah, as we say, back to the basics.
Back to the basics.
Right?
We have to at least, you know, the research. That's where it starts. You want to know where can you start research. Take what we just planted and water it, and then prepare. Like I said, you need a bug out bag. We're gonna get into that later, but this is basically the sum up, the conclusion. We're summing it all up now. This is it.
Yeah.
Because we can keep going about these executive orders, and I can go through a list. We have
there was many that we did not state. That was just that beginning. But it's going to take over every aspect of your life. You're not going to have rights that you think you have now. There's no trial. There's no judge. There's no jury. Nothing. You know, if you don't go with what they're saying, you will, suffer as a result. And that's again just the scariest part, because it will hit home. It's already hitting home around the nation. Martial law is in Chicago right now. UN troops, look it up. So how long is it going to take, or what next thing is going to happen for that to be enforced?
Yeah, and you see the dollars crashing, and you keep in mind that majority of these camps can house up to 20,000 prisoners.
Remember, these are just cots, too. So, that's why they can just put them in, stack them in. Yep.
So, this is what I'm trying to explain to y'all.
Yeah.
And if they already have guillotines and they have these, what are you trying to do? I mean, according to them, we're already overpopulated.
Yeah.
They made vaccines for depopulation. All these shots, and I think Bill Gates, he's a I think a heavy supporter of vaccines and stuff like that, and knows that it's for depopulation. I think it's one of those millionaires. I believe it's really Bill Gates. So and I'm just throwing that out there off the wind of just doing a lot of research. Yeah. So really take account of what are they possibly doing? What are they preparing for? They're really trying to depopulate us, or
exactly
they think that we might be unorderly, you know what I'm saying, when the dollar crash, which it will happen, it will happen, and a lot of people will go crazy.
All of this towards their one end goal: a single world government. New world order.
Currency, religion.
One world, everything. Just think of that.
They're trying to chip us, which we're going to get into that too.
Yeah, that's an excellent
because
one.
that's what they're doing in these FEMA camps.
They've been doing it on the sly, and it's really happening. It's really happening.
Absolutely. Okay. So. We're just gonna wrap it up. Like I said, we just planting the seed and letting you know that all this intertwines. This is not gonna be the last time we speak about something like this.
Exactly.
So, it's coming. It's nearer than you think.
Yeah. Well, another week down. Great show.
Episode.
Great show. Yeah. Very inspiring, scary, but motivational, if not anything else.
Yeah. And I'm just happy that we're able to display it the way we just did just now.
Yeah. But as always, at the end, our word or quote of the day. Quote of the day.
And it's from my main man.
Ha
fellow Capricorn himself. You know what I'm saying? So,
a legend.
Yeah, Muhammad Ali. He said, "Impossible is just a big word thrown around by small men who find it easy to live in a world they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion. Impossible is not a declaration, it's a dare. Impossible is potential. Impossible is temporary. Impossible is nothing."
Nothing is impossible, fam.
And with that said, tune in next week, y'all.
Stay tuned.
This society is organized because of the violence that exists on the surface everywhere.
Believe this shit, take it, or let it alone, it's going down.
I'm not crazy at all, okay? Dirty is not crazy at all.
If my spirit can't connect with yours, then I don't really need to be around you.
We at Organized Vibes, thank you for vibing with us. Self-preservation stems preparation, giving us the motivation to achieve high frequencies for stimulation.
Government brainwash our people with the mind control theory. That's what they do.